The claim to be China's largest coffee chain is presently held by Luckin Coffee. Luckin is by far the biggest coffee chain in China, with over 9,000 locations, where Starbucks holds little more than 6,000 stores nationwide, placing it in second position. But when it was discovered in 2020 that Luckin had faked almost half of its sales, the effect was unimaginable, resulting in a 97% decline in the company's share price and the collapse of the extremely unprofitable business. However, in just 3 years, Luckin has not only survived the controversy, but has also successfully turned its company around, achieving full-year profits for the first time recently. This video will examine Luckin's incredible recovery and contrast its business approach with Starbucks to see how Luckin was able to emerge from bankruptcy and overtake Starbucks as the biggest coffee chain in China. Prior to pulling off a stunning comeback, Luckin was headed straight down the wrong path. Pre-fraud, their losses mounted yearly, $230 million in 2018, a staggering $450 million in 2019, and a jaw-dropping $860 million in 2020. Investors were tricked into funding Luckin, a software startup that seemed to be upending the coffee market. Luckin changed things by letting customers order and pay through an app, letting the coffee makers focus on making great coffee without extra work. Stores favored pickup or delivery, slashing overheads and enabling smaller, cost-efficient outlets. The reduced expenses led to slashed coffee prices, making Luckin a high-quality, highly affordable, and ultra-convenient option. But the catch? Customers flocked for affordability, not quality. Luckin's response? They slashed prices to 1/3 of Starbucks, burning through millions like baristas' whipped cream. Every cup was a money pit, swallowing up half their revenue in beans, milk, and cardboard dreams. The rest vanished in rent, wages, and those tempting discounts. Their net income? A gut-wrenching negative 193% in 2018, meaning they spent $3 to sell a mere $1 worth of coffee. They hiked rates in an attempt to demonstrate their loss leader magic, which involves luring people in with cheap coffee and keeping them around for life. But their customers looking for extremely cheap deals disappeared quickly. Loyal fans? Nope, just coffee junkies chasing the cheapest buzz. Facing financial Armageddon, Luckin cooked the books. Fake sales figures, a $300 million mirage, fooled investors and bought them time. But the house of cards, built on free frappuccinos, soon collapsed. The company's executives were fired after the accounting fraud was discovered, and Luckin appeared to be heading for an early grave. Nevertheless, in the face of overwhelming difficulties, the new management team pulled off a spectacular turnaround, turning the faltering company around into a successful enterprise in just 3 years. By dissecting their new business plan into the two components of raising profits, cost reduction and revenue growth, we can use the basic profitability framework to evaluate how they were able to achieve this. Luckin made significant changes to save money and improve their core coffee business. They halted rapid store expansion and closed underperforming outlets, reducing their stores from around 4,500 to 3,900 in 2020, a stark shift from their previous aggressive growth. They stopped unprofitable ventures like vending machines and a fruit juice joint venture used before to fuel their growth. They slashed spending on advertising by 60%, from $116 million in 2019 to $53 million in 2021, dropping from 27% to just 4% of their revenue in 2 years. This involved cutting ads and ending free coffee promos. They also reduced discounts and raised prices in 2020, leading some customers to choose other coffee shops, causing a dip in Luckin's sales. While these cost-cutting measures helped, Luckin needed more than just spending less to turn profitable. Despite closing over 500 stores in 2020, they somehow grew their revenue every year. How they achieved this remains a mystery. Their success appeared to hinge on finding new ways to boost earnings, not just reducing expenses. And with that, we get at their turnaround's second and more significant element, revenue growth. Luckin's incredible sales growth stemmed from 3 main drivers, starting with product innovation. They struck gold with a unique coffee drink, the brown sugar boba latte, mixing coffee and boba tea ingredients. This sweet concoction resonated with young Chinese consumers. Luckin then invested in R&D, creating a range of funky flavored coffee beverages, expanding their market beyond traditional coffee drinkers. These new drinks, priced higher than regular coffee, sold like hotcakes. Launched in September 2020, Luckin's first bestseller, the newer latte, cost 18 Chinese yuan, which was 2 yuan more than the standard latte. Even though it cost more, it was a huge success, accounting for 29% of all beverages in its first week. The coconut milk latte, priced at 20 yuan, continued this success, becoming Luckin's top seller, even dominating sales on a major food delivery platform. Luckin's strategy of introducing new bestsellers at incrementally higher prices continued with a green tea latte at 22 yuan. Their rapid product launches, 113 in 2021 compared to Starbucks' 20, showed their agility in responding to consumer trends. Although not all became hits, the sheer volume ensured a significant revenue boost for Luckin, a feat larger chains like Starbucks struggled to match due to slower decision-making processes. Luckin's revenue growth's second secret? Brilliant marketing. In 2021, they switched from ads focused on performance to building a strong brand. They targeted young folks, linking Luckin with traits like professionalism, youthfulness, fashion, and wellness. On social media favorites like WeChat, Douyin, similar to TikTok, and Red, akin to Instagram, Luckin made a big splash. Their stroke of luck? Securing an endorsement deal with relatively unknown freestyle skier Eileen Gu in late 2021. However, Gu's fame skyrocketed after she became the first freestyle skier to clinch 3 medals at a single Winter Olympics, capturing the nation's attention. Luckin seized this golden opportunity, plastering Gu's image across their app, advertisements, articles, and social media. This relentless spotlighting helped Luckin solidify its desired brand image as a youthful, professional, trendy, and health-conscious coffee choice. The payoff was astounding. Luckin emerged as the preferred coffee brand among younger generations, surpassing the once dominant Starbucks. In a pivotal survey tracking favorite coffee brands, Luckin soared from the bottom 6th in 2019 to claiming the top spot in 2022. Conversely, Starbucks suffered a sharp decline due to health and safety scandals, plummeting from first place to the bottom in the same period. Luckin's marketing efforts attracted a significantly younger crowd compared to Starbucks' older clientele. Luckin's online customer data from July 2022 revealed that their largest customer segment was aged 19 to 24, while Starbucks' primary segment was aged 31 to 35. Despite slashing their advertising spending by nearly 60%, Luckin's effective marketing strategies propelled them to enhance their brand image significantly among young consumers. While the precise impact of branding on sales is challenging to measure precisely, Luckin's stellar ascent strongly suggests that their strategic marketing and branding initiatives played a pivotal role in driving revenue and profit growth, reshaping the coffee market landscape in China. The third driver of Luckin's remarkable revenue surge stems from its successful implementation of a franchising business model. After new management took the helm, they strategically pursued a 2-tiered store expansion strategy. They operated company-owned stores in lucrative high-tier cities while utilizing franchising in less profitable lower-tier areas. This approach allowed them to ensure quality control in key urban zones, while leveraging local franchisees' expertise and networks for swift expansion across 230-plus cities. In just 3 years, franchise stores mushroomed from 280 in 2019 to an astonishing 2,500-plus in 2022. The revenue from franchising surged from $2 million to a staggering $450 million, constituting 23% of the total revenue in 2022. Luckin's triumph in franchising was propelled not only by their popular coffee drinks, but also by their unconventional franchising terms. Unlike traditional models, Luckin waived upfront or annual fees and charged royalties based on gross profit rather than gross merchandise value. This unique approach ensured franchisees rarely suffered losses, achieving payback in 13 to 14 months, below the industry norm of 18 to 24 months. Starbucks, on the contrary, retained full control of its Chinese stores, an anomaly compared to its global franchising approach. While Starbucks foresaw China as its future largest market, their decision for self-operation led to slower expansion, particularly in lower-tier cities. Despite planning 9,000 new stores by 2025, Starbucks struggled to match Luckin's rapid expansion pace, especially evident in the lower tiers, where their 860 stores were overshadowed by Luckin's 2,500 stores. This difference contributed to Starbucks' slower growth in China, enabling Luckin to narrow the revenue gap. With franchise stores representing a third of Luckin's outlets, their franchising strategy not only propelled dominance in lower-tier markets, but also facilitated overtaking Starbucks as China's largest coffee chain. This contrasting franchising strategy became instrumental in Luckin's ascendancy over Starbucks in the Chinese coffee market. The contrasting impacts of China's zero-COVID policy on Luckin and Starbucks are notable. The pandemic significantly disrupted Starbucks' traditional model, centered on spacious coffee stores for a relaxed sit-down experience, many of which located in shopping malls either shut down or experienced decreased foot traffic. In stark contrast, Luckin's model thrived. Operating mainly in office buildings and school campuses, their focus on self-pickup and delivery witnessed increased demand. Despite the pandemic's challenges, white-collar workers and students utilizing office spaces and campuses sustained Luckin's business. Comparing same-store sales growth, which measures sales change in locations operational for a year, Luckin consistently outperformed Starbucks during the pandemic. In the second quarter of 2022, amid China's COVID surge and a 2-month Shanghai lockdown, Starbucks plummeted by a staggering 44%, while Luckin remarkably surged by 41%. This divergence commenced in second quarter 21, coinciding with Luckin's introduction of the flagship coconut milk latte, hinting at the innovative drink's role in capturing market share. The pandemic severely disrupted Starbucks' Chinese operations, while Luckin arguably benefited, leveraging its innovative offerings and model during challenging times. In conclusion, Luckin's remarkable resurgence isn't solely luck-driven. New management, solid business fundamentals, strategic marketing, and franchising were pivotal. It's proof that with the right team and strategy, even a tarnished brand like Luckin Coffee can triumph, surpassing giants like Starbucks in just a few years.